Hello everyone. In this video, we will be solving another hard problem from StrataScratch, which is called Premium versus Freemium, and it has been asked by Microsoft. So let's go through the question first. So we have to find the total number of downloads for paying and non-paying users by date, and we have to include only records where non-paying customers have more downloads than the paying customers, and the output should be sorted by earliest date first, and should contain three columns: date, non-paying downloads, and paying downloads. Now let's take a look at the input. So we are given three tables. We have the user dimension, which contains the user ID and the account ID. Then we have account dimension, in which we have account ID and paying customer. And then we have the download fact table, which contains the date, the user ID, and the downloads. And let's look at the expected output. So the expected output is, for each date, we have to calculate the total number of downloads which were done by non-paying customers and the paying customers. So if we look at here, so we have the user ID here, then we have the account ID, the paying customer. So we have this field which basically contains, so let's take a preview, which contains whether the customer is paying or not paying. So no means non-paying customer and yes means a paying customer. So we will join user dimension, account dimension on account ID, and we will get the paying customer. Next, what we want is we want the date as well. So we will join the fact table, download fact table with the user table on user ID, and we will get the date, time, and downloads. So let's try to solve this problem. So first, what we have to do is we have to join the tables and get the relevant fields. So in our case, what we want is we want total number of downloads. So we will take the download column and we want paying and non-paying users, and that we can calculate from this column. So we will need this column as well. And we also want the date column from the download fact table. Right. So let's start. So let's select, and we will use this table, and we will call it U, and we will do a inner join with the account table. We will call it A, and we will do a inner join on use dot accid and a dot accid, and we will pick from the account table, we will pick the paying customer. So we will select a dot paying customer. What else do we need? We also need the date and the downloads. So we will do inner join again, inner join download fact table. We will call it D, and we will join the user table, the customer table, with the download table on user ID. So we will pick U dot user ID, D dot user ID, and we will pick D dot downloads and D dot date. So let's see what have we got, and let's do a order by date. So this is what we have got. So on 15th, so this is a paying customer and he did 6 downloads. He is also a paying customer and he did 6 downloads as well. So on 15th, so this is your data for 15th, right? So we have to calculate, we have to take the sum of the paying customers and also the non-paying customers. So what we will do is we will do a group by on the date column and the paying customer column, and we will find the downloads. We'll take the sum of this column. So let's do it here. So we'll take the sum of this column and we will call it downloads, and we will do a group by on the paying customer and the date field. So let's run it again. So we have a problem. So yeah, group by, we have to remove on. So as you can see for 15th, now we have two rows, one for the paying customer and the number of downloads that he has done, and the non-paying customer and the respective number of downloads. But that's not what we want. So we want output something like this. We want, so let's suppose we have this 16th date. For 16th, but we are getting two rows, but we need them in a single row, which will have two columns, non-paying and paying. So non-paying is 15. So non-paying is 15 and paying is 14. So basically we want to get these two values in column format, not in the row format. So to do that, we will use a case when statement. So I'll tell you how to do that. So first let's store this into a common table expression with, and what we will do is, so what we want is we want date. So let's pick date, and now we'll create two columns. What columns? We will create non-paying column and the paying column. So we'll use a case when statement. So let's suppose when case when paying customer is equal to no, then downloads. So we'll get the corresponding downloads for this non-paying customer, and I'll show you how it works. And as non-paying. Now we'll do the same thing for the. So this is a very nice trick. So let's suppose in for other problems as well, if you want to convert this kind of thing into a single row, so you can use a case when statement, and this will come in handy for most of the problems. So we will do a yes, and we will call them as paying. We'll do a T1, and let's order by date, and let's see what we got. See, we have got two columns, non-paying and paying, and this row contains 11, which is the number of downloads done by the non-paying customer on 15th, and the second row contains the number of downloads done by paying. So we have to group this into a single row. So we will do a group by date, but we have to aggregate this as well. So let's suppose we do a sum of these two columns, these two rows, 11 plus this blank value. So it will be 11, and then 19 plus this, it will be 11 as well. So let's do a sum. Now let's run it again. So see, we have got the respective downloads for the non-paying and the paying customers. But now what we have to do is, the as the question suggests, we have to include only those records where non-paying customers have more downloads than the paying customers. So we will do a having. So you can what you can do is you can put this into a another table, common table expression. You can put this into T2, and in the third query you can use the where condition. But what I will do here is I will use the having clause here. Having non-paying customers greater than this. Now let's run this code. So now we have got only those records for which the non-paying customers are more than the non-paying downloads are more than the paying customer downloads. So now let's run this and it passed. So hope you understood um, how we solve this question and why we have used this sum and why we have used a case when statement to get the output. If you still have any doubts, then let me know in the comment section. I will try to answer your queries. Thank you.